I'm Eric Schmicker, and our next episode of the Tipton Thrives Podcast. And today I'm excited because I'm joined by Adrienne Hall with the Tipton County Humane Society. And Adrienne, really excited about this conversation to not only talk about the great things that your organization is doing, but also there's some call to actions for the community that I can't wait for us to get to. But we'll start with Adrienne. Give us just a brief overview of the Tipton County Humane Society and where it is today, and location, participation levels. Let's take it from there.
Absolutely. Great. And thank you so much for the opportunity to do this. We're very excited and proud about our organization. It's grown a lot over the last couple of years.
Sure.
The Humane Society was founded about 50 years ago. And it was entirely volunteer-based,
Sure.
no building,
Correct.
lots of fostering
Yeah.
and community cat care. But back in November of 2023, we opened a building. So we have a real live shelter. We have an incredibly active volunteer component as well. I'd say there's probably a solid 25 people who are regularly in the building doing animal
That's
care.
impressive.
It is, and they're amazing. They work so hard and they're so passionate, and they show up day after day. And we're also excited that we have a couple of employees. We have a full-time, a couple of folks who pinch hit part-time, and somehow that combination we're able to care for. Right now we have 10 dogs, and we have about, just in the building alone, more than 30 cats in the building, and then probably another 30 plus in foster.
Wow.
So yeah, it's to be able to pull that together with just a little over one employee and volunteers has just been phenomenal.
Well, I've already gotten ahead of myself a little bit. I didn't offer you justice in your biography, who you are, what you mean to the organization. So give us a little bit of that insight, Adrienne.
Sure, I'd be glad to. I joined the board about 3 years ago. During the day I work for the government, and in the evenings and weekends I've been doing animal rescue for years and years.
Jeez, like Tipton's Clark Kent over here.
Okay, I'll take that. One of the things I was doing in my free time was helping animal welfare organizations implement shelter management software. I would volunteer my time. I love doing system implementations.
Yeah.
So I would help rescues implement the software because it helps them allow people to apply online. At any given point, they know exactly how many animals are in their care. They can process all their adoptions online. And I had helped a local rescue, and they said, you need to meet the folks over at Tipton County. And so I did, and I helped them implement the shelter management software.
Yeah.
And they had an opening on the board, and I said, do you have to be a resident of Tipton in order to be on your board? And they were like, no, why, are you interested? And I fell in love with Tipton and the Humane Society, and I live in Hamilton County. I think that Hamilton County is fabulous. They've got a great Humane Society.
Correct.
They've got a lot of support. They're really well established, and I was super excited to help a smaller organization.
Yeah.
So that's how I ended up.
Yeah,
with
very good. Well,
the Humane
welcome. Thank you for your leadership in that respect. And
Absolutely.
so as we transition a little bit into the services, the programs that we have here at the Tipton County Humane Society, let's lean into that.
Sure.
What are some of those programs and services that you guys are proud of and certainly are providing to this community?
Sure, absolutely. We're one of the amazing things that has happened over the last couple of years is that we've been able to partner with the city of Tipton, with Tipton County, with Sharpsville, with Kempton, to have contracts where we're able to get some of the money back for basic services that we provide. So when we have the stray animals come in, the basic vaccines, getting them fixed. So that is one component of what we do. But probably what isn't so visible, and I really appreciate the airtime to talk about it, is all the other services. So when we bring in an animal that has a chronic condition or severe medical condition, or has been, perhaps hit by a car, those major medical or chronic medical conditions are things that we fund entirely outside of municipal funding. So that's private donations.
Correct.
So that is one service that we provide, and we are a no-kill shelter. I think it's 94% of our animals have a live release rate, which means they go to an adoptive home.
Yep.
And the ones that didn't, sometimes animals come to us and they're too sick. So we help them find a compassionate end of life. So it's a service that people don't like to talk about.
Sure.
But once in a while it's necessary.
Yep.
Community cats. It's an interesting topic. It's one that I didn't know much about. I spent most of my time in dog rescue.
Okay.
So I assumed that every time I saw a cat, that it was someone's cat and it was a pet and it was outside.
Sure.
And what I didn't know is that cats are actually part of the ecosystem, just like squirrels and rabbits. And the ones that are what they're called feral, they are not someone's pet and they do not care to be. And most of them you couldn't convert if you wanted to.
Yeah.
So in learning about that, first of all, it was fascinating. Second of all, the management of the cat community is something that if you are not actively managing it, the population can explode.
Correct.
So we have a group of volunteers. You might hear it referred to as TNR or TNVR.
Okay.
It's trap, neuter, vaccinate, release. What we do is we go out and we actively locate and trap these community cats, and we bring them to a low-cost spay-neuter clinic.
Okay.
We get them fixed. We get them their basic shots so that the animals that are out there are healthy and they're not reproducing.
Correct.
So we've, over the last 2 years, we have done over 200 community cats.
Wow.
Which saves thousands of kittens in Tipton.
Sure. Because as we were talking off air before we went live, you had mentioned that a cat can get pregnant at 4 months old.
Absolutely.
Right? So then the opportunity to create these populations that are just out of control is really possible quite easily, especially if there's no one helping to manage the population.
Absolutely.
Correct?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So 200 cats across Tipton County, I'm sure, in the communities you mentioned, Tipton County, Sharpsville, Kempton. So that's a program that is going to continue to be executed by the Humane Society.
Absolutely. And when we do outreach to the public for asking for donations, that program is again just entirely funded because the community is willing to give to us.
Yeah.
And we have a group of volunteers that is super passionate about it. So
right. Yeah. So another big program I think that is, I'm not sure if it's fair to say that it's conducted by Humane Society, but maybe it is a microchipping, correct?
Yes. So I won't say that we conduct it,
right,
but I would definitely say that we promote it.
Yes.
One of our challenges is, we're seeing increasing volumes of year over year of animals coming in, and that's obviously not what we want. Our goal would be, we call it shelter diversion. Our goal is to try to prevent animals from having to come in the shelter for obvious reasons. One of the challenges we have is that when somebody has an animal that they don't have any form of what we call permanent identification, either microchip, collar with a tag, ideally both. So some of the challenges that the community may not be aware of and things that they can do to help make sure that their animals are safe. It's astounding to me how many microchips are not registered. So people will get a pet, they'll have it microchipped, and then they don't do the next step of making sure that that chip is registered.
Oh, really?
Yes, it is. Every time an animal comes to the shelter, we get out our scanner and we're like, oh, let there be a chip, let there be a chip. And we'll scan and when we find one, we're like, okay, please let it be registered. And more often than not, it's
really
not. Yeah.
So then how burdensome is that process? I go in, take my dog, it gets microchipped. What's the next step? Am I given a link to go fill out some form? Is that what it's?
That's exactly what it is. So there are several large microchip manufacturing companies. And typically you'll get a QR code or you'll get a link, and it's a very quick online form. You provide your name, your address, your phone number. Typically they'll get a backup phone number.
Sure.
You're done. And again, it's so frustrating for us because we're like, we want to reunite these pets.
Right.
And that makes it very difficult.
Yeah.
When we adopt out animals, obviously they're always fixed and they're always microchipped. And the microchips that we use are also registered to the Humane Society. So in the event that one of our animals gets out,
Sure.
it will always come back to us
Okay.
as well as the adopter.
Okay.
So that's a huge bonus. And also the software that we use when we finalize the adoption, it pushes the adopter's information out to the microchip company. So
Okay.
even if they fail to completely register it, we'll still be able to tie it together.
Okay, that was going to be my next follow-up question. Is say I've gone through the process of microchipping my dog, and I've got the information updated, or maybe I don't. How challenging is it then to update that if it's already an animal that has a microchip? Is that an easy process too? Or?
It really is. In fact, if I could encourage everybody who has an animal that's microchipped, periodically go to your vet. When you have their annual appointment, have them scan it. Make sure, one, it's still scannable. Sometimes microchips fail. Sometimes microchips move. They can make their way to different parts of the body over time. So just make sure it's still scannable.
Yeah.
And your vet can tell you who the manufacturer is of your chip, and they can give you the phone number.
Oh, okay. Just easy to follow up and update information if it needs updated, or
Absolutely.
to register if it hasn't been registered.
Absolutely.
Very good.
The ideal scenario is that your pet is microchipped and has a collar with a tag. When somebody sees a stray animal, if they see that it has a collar, they're more likely to stop and help the animal.
Sure.
And then
it's domesticated and probably friendly to approach.
Exactly.
Sure.
And then if it has a tag, they're more likely to call the owner, and the animal never comes to the shelter.
Sure.
So having both is a great thing.
As you mentioned, trying to create scenarios where the dog or cat never even come to the shelter.
Exactly.
If it's a problem that can take care of itself, then it doesn't take your overhead to manage the situation. It's
Absolutely.
pretty creative and smart.
Absolutely. Yeah. And we're hoping to work with the city and the county over the coming year. What we're hoping to do is create more places where people can go get the microchip scanned. So if they find an animal, maybe they go to the local firehouse or something similar where they can have the animal scanned, as opposed to trying to get a hold of the Humane Society. And if we can make it more convenient, we're hoping it increases the numbers.
Sure. So then are there other supportive services offered through the Humane Society that you want us to know about before we get into how we can help?
Sure, absolutely. So we have a lot of people reach out to us because they're thinking that they're in a situation where they can't keep their animal. And we love our shelter, but we outgrew it the day we moved into it, and we just don't have the space to take owner surrenders. So what we're trying to do is figure out all the different ways to help keep animals at home. So one of the things we have is a community pet food pantry. We have it on the second and fourth Thursday of every month, and that allows people who maybe are in financial need, who might otherwise need to get rid of their animals or maybe not be able to feed them, as much as they need to. They can come to the shelter on the second and fourth Thursday each month, and they can get dog food or cat food, cat litter. So we, again, trying to keep them at home. That is also 100% private donation funded. And we do a lot of folks reach out to us for advice about animal behavior and things of that nature. So we're constantly fielding, whether it's via social media or emails. When people need advice, we do our best to help answer.
Yeah, very good. Okay, so let's talk about, as a community member, I'm interested in being supportive or helpful, want to engage the organization. Obviously, there's an opportunity for volunteers, right? As you mentioned, you've got a committed group of 25 who provide that support. If not day in and day out, it's on a weekly basis or monthly basis. So obviously volunteerism is an opportunity. But you've got some other opportunities, maybe even some that are recent to talk about. If I think the first one is through Petco, is that correct?
Yes, absolutely. Petco's been a great partner. They right now they're doing a campaign where they're soliciting stories from adopters.
Yes.
And They love that's great. It's great marketing and media
Sure,
for them.
absolutely.
So what happens is every time somebody who's one of our adopters submits a story about how the animal changed their life, it gives us an entry into the potential to win $100,000 grant from
Wow.
Petco. Yes, that would be life changing.
Oh, sure.
So we are right now we have a press release that's going to be coming out about that, and we have until the middle of September to have as many people as possible who've adopted an animal
Yeah.
from us submit an entry for that.
Very good.
Yes.
So do you know from Petco's perspective, is this a one grant for the entire country? Are they going to do multiple grants? What does that look like?
I believe that they are doing a handful of smaller grants, and then I can't remember, so one or two at the $100,000 mark. So there is a chance for us to, even if we don't get the grand one, we can potentially get one of the smaller ones too.
Perfect. So if I'm an individual who's adopted a pet through the Tipton County Humane Society, really encouraging them to engage with this campaign, to submit your story.
Absolutely.
And they can jump on. How would they find that information to get to the Petco submission portal?
If you go to the Humane Society of Tipton County on the Facebook page, we've been posting about it, and there'll be more to come on that as well.
Very good.
Yes.
So that's number one.
Yes.
Number two, you've got a gala coming up.
We do. Our primary fundraising function every year is our A Winter's Tale Gala. It is a great reason to get out and get dressed up and good dinner, good company.
Yeah.
We auction off Christmas trees, wreaths. Some of these Christmas trees that are put together by the community are they're so creative. They're so much fun.
Yeah.
And the auction raises a lot of money. It's a fun event, and you can either you can get tickets to come to the whole dinner and do the auction, or if you're not really interested in the having dinner, dressing up part, the community is welcome to come just for the auction.
Okay. And what's the date of that gala?
The gala is November 15th.
November 15th.
Yep. We just opened up. Right now we're looking for sponsors.
Okay.
We have several different sponsorship levels. You can go to the Facebook page again for more information about that. And then September 1st, we are opening up for individual ticket sales.
Very good.
Yes.
So all this is going to happen. Of course, it seems like that's so far away, but that time's going to come faster than we think.
It absolutely is.
So great that, of course, this has been an event, as you mentioned, the tree decorating. I've seen those trees both in person and in the others through social media, and they always look fantastic. So that should be a fantastic event.
Absolutely.
On November 15th.
November 15th. You got it.
Perfect.
Tickets go on sale September 1st, and the ticket sales, we don't think they'll last this long.
Sure.
But that will run through October 31st or until they're sold out.
Yeah. One other that at least I want to talk about, and maybe there's other opportunities, and this is more on the behind the scenes sort of thing, but we chatted off camera here about AI. We call it facial recognition software.
Yes.
That's now being implemented in the Humane Society space.
Absolutely.
So let's just talk a little bit about that, because it really is an interesting technology that's really helping to solve a problem, right? That
Absolutely.
In a way that maybe doesn't always get done today, because you're relying on a variety of different people from potentially counties away, cities away, states away. Let's talk about that a little bit.
Sure.
That's through Petco as well, right?
It is. When I heard about this, I was so excited, because applying technology is always interesting, but to apply it to such a problem that is it's nationwide.
Yeah.
So what Petco has done is they've created this. They're using facial recognition to help match animals that have been reported lost and animals that have been reported as found. And they are using platforms like they're scanning Nextdoor. They're scanning Ring neighborhoods, or neighbors, Ring neighbors. And then also animals that are posted to their site, which is called Petco Love Lost.
Okay.
And they are working. This is a nationwide effort. They're working with shelters and animal rescue organizations to either manually post, or in our case, the shelter management software we have called Shelter Love pushes the information out. Perfect. So it's not an extra step for us. And what happens then is that if somebody goes on to Petco Love Lost and they report an animal as found, it has them snap a photo of their face, and it goes out and it compares that photo to any animal that's been reported as lost.
Sure.
And it will tell the person who found it if there is potential matches that they can then go review. If they find that one of them is a match, they click on it, boom, it tells them the contact information. If it's not there, it rescans every couple of hours, and it will keep doing that and notify people when there's new potential matches.
Sure.
So it's phenomenal. It fills so many gaps. Even with like the microchip information we were talking about. So the cool thing about Love Lost is that when it has your report a lost or a found animal, if you scan and it has a microchip number, you key in the microchip number as part of the lost or found information. Well, if the opposite side of that lost and found does the same thing and there's a match, it will, even if that chip's not registered, it will still find that match.
Correct.
So that is a huge gap that it fills.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It's we're really excited about it.
Yeah.
It's going to take a minute probably to get the community aware.
Sure.
One of the things that our community members can do, if you go out to the tiptonhumane.com website, if you click on the Lost and Found Pets section, it has information about the Petco Love Lost. The thing that I think that people can do right now with your animals at home, you can create a safe at home entry on Petco Love Lost while your animals are still with you. That you upload a picture, you upload description of them, and then if anything ever happens, you can go back to that site and you can flag them as lost. And you've already created, it creates a flyer for you.
Sure. Well, incredible.
Yes, so you can post the flyers and then you can cross-post to social media.
Yeah.
So we're now telling people, before you call dispatch, go to Petco Love Lost, report your animal as lost, get your flyer, cross-post it to the Tipton County Lost and Found Pets, then call dispatch.
Yeah.
Because that way you're getting the information out right away.
Yep. Like you said, it helps solve that gap, and even from the flyer perspective, even eliminating potential work and delays in response, and that is I mean, a really great tool.
Agreed.
Petco's releasing to people across the country.
Absolutely.
So it's safe to say that Tipton County is going to be a supporter of the platform and have that accessibility
100%
on the website.
100%. We have a press release that we expect to go out probably in early September about kicking that off.
Very good.
Yes.
Well, is there any other ways, as a member who wants to get engaged in the organization, participate, support it, anything we haven't talked about so far that you want to make sure that we know?
Sure, absolutely. Please follow us on social media. One of the largest ways that people can help is to help us spread the word. So we're always trying to do community education about things like, hey, that cute little kitten you have, get it fixed when you hit that 4-month-old mark, right? So we're always trying to put out information, whether it's severe weather, things to do to make sure that your animal's okay. Follow us. Please help share the messaging. And then as needs come up, right now we are in kitten season. We have more kittens than we can shake a stick at. And so we're doing a lot of pleas right now for, we need cat food. So if you can follow whatever is going on, and you're interested in helping, dropping off donations, we have an Amazon wish list that you can get to off of our website. We have a Chewy wish list. So helping us with supplies is, I think, a huge opportunity. Volunteering, we can use whatever skill set you have. If you don't want to handle animals, but you want to help, we have dishes, you can help with social media, you can help with grants, you can help with, if you've got a skill set you want to use, we can use it.
Perfect.
Yes.
That's fascinating. So I really want to thank you, because this sort of started when you guys came to the council meeting and gave us that annual debrief, and to echo feedback offered by the council. The data that we saw, the information that we received was really the best information we've seen to date, and really just want to offer that compliment back to you and the volunteers who were helping to create this information. Really was a good, comprehensive, easy to understand. The visualization that you provided was professional, so kudos to you all.
Thank you.
Really looking forward to opportunities for the community members to continue to support the Humane Society. This is clearly, as more and more households have pets, and that's probably been one of the astonishing data points that at least I'm aware of, and my information goes back a couple of years, but that trend continues to grow.
It does.
And so the needs for these supportive services is obvious. So kudos to you and your team doing great work in Tipton County.
Thank you.
Is there anything else that we've missed today that you want to make sure to get out before we head out?
Just go to our Facebook page, Humane Society of Tipton County. Like it, follow it.
Yep.
And please stay tuned for ways to help us out and to get involved with helping all of our animals and the people in the community.
Fantastic. Adrienne, thank you for joining me today. My name is Keegan Schmicker. I appreciate you tuning into this episode of the Tipton Thrives Podcast with the Tipton County Humane Society. And be sure to check out their gala coming up on November 15th and to participate with their Petco initiatives launching in September. Thanks.